So
yeah.
I wish
Whoa,
I did.
what is
I could have been
this?
good, but I didn't like fighting people.
This might be breaking news. Is this real? Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. Here.
Breaking news.
That's hilarious.
This is the acolyte.
It's so silly. I love it.
No. Hold on. Let me bring this up. Did you see this, RJ?
No, we don't see anything.
Is this just a joke?
It is a rumor going around right now about Zack Snyder doing 6 Rebel Moon movies. No, that actually is a legit rumor going around.
Really?
Yeah, the rumor is that he dedicated. He's going to sign an extension with Netflix to do 4 more movies.
Oh wow!
For Moon.
Should we watch this video? I want to see this.
Well, my friend is a film finance manager at Netflix, and I don't know if I'd believe this.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It probably would be very expensive.
Netflix has halted a lot of productions for 2023 due to they're waiting for ad revenue to come in, and so they were backlogged before the COVID, and now people that had shows and movies in development, they're actually leaving Netflix and looking for other studios to pick up their stuff because they're not getting it made. Yeah. So I don't know. I would say to say he's got 6 greenlit.
Didn't it seem like, Sean, back before the pandemic that everybody and their mother, could have gotten a Netflix deal? Like they gave it out a lot.
This is only free.
Well, I mean, I produced a movie in 2007 and got it on Netflix in 2010. So
yeah,
it was a horror film called Butchered, and it was low budget, but they took it. So I mean, but they were very, They were trying to build up their library, so they were spending right before the pandemic. I think their last big haul was $17 billion they borrowed to make stuff, but they've had to pull back on a lot of that. So,
well, yeah,
maybe he's just reacting to rumors and just saying sweet because he actually knows Zack Snyder, so maybe he's just laughing at it. Let's see.
Well, he's not going to tell
according
you,
right
though.
here. Okay, so this is interesting when it comes to Rebel Moon. If you need a little bit of Rebel Moon tea, apparently somebody. One of the crew members posted this, I think on Reddit. It says, so I just worked with him. He's talking about, of course, Zack Snyder. I just worked with him on Rebel Moon this summer. By the way, he just filmed 2 movies, and he was greenlit for 6. It's off a Star Wars script he wrote that Lucas rejected. So obviously when it comes to this, it's like, he did pitch.
Okay.
That's one thing that, like, a big misconception that people get wrong about Rebel Moon. He never pitched it to Lucasfilm. He said that he was going to, but he realized that Lucasfilm moved on with Star Wars so long that he realized Star Wars doesn't need him anymore.
I'm gonna listen to the person who's most closely to Zack.
I mean,
Reddit post, and also and Zack said that in an interview when he was describing Rebel Moon was that it was a Star Wars script that he never pitched and he wants to use.
Either way, I think 6 is a stretch. I really do.
I know they shot the first 2. They already shot the first 2.
Let's see
what the first 2 does good. He got a 3rd one and 4th.
Well, let's see what he says here.
Star Wars, but of course that got changed drastically in the past. I don't know how many years. That was probably back in 2008 when he pitched that to, and this is when Lucasfilm got purchased by Disney, so they rejected the script. I mean, they're not going to make Zack Snyder, which I think I think it's better that we're getting this movie as opposed to a Star Wars movie. But when it comes to this right here, he said greenlit for 6. Now that's interesting. I mean, who knows how legit this is? This is just coming from somebody who posted this right here, on a thread or whatever. But he said, that being said, crazy nice guy, very intimate with with every scene. Dude was always behind the camera, works closely with the extras. My buddy played a dead body and Zack rolled around in the dirt, showing him how he should portray a dead body. That just shows you right here how awesome Zack Snyder is. He gave
how bad of an actor that guy is.
Well, he seems like he's the. I don't know. I don't know.
This sounds ridiculous. I'm sorry.
The 6 movie part, or that he roll in the dirt with. He seems like a hands-on person that he would do that. From what I've seen of behind the stuff scene when he's talking to his cast, It seems like he's like that, so I don't think that part's a stretch, honestly. But Justin, you disagree. You say that's bullshit? That a director might not do that? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand. You went silent.
You know, I've look, James Cameron has gotten down and dirty on his movies too. And, I mean, I could see everything in his statement sounds like something Zack Snyder would do. So I don't know. I mean,
that part that I'm questioning is the actual 6 movies. Like, okay, that's pretty significant.
Compliments saying we look great in the dim lighting of the barn we were shooting inside. Dude also blends into crowds very well. You can spark a conversation with him and not realize it's him. He's always either riding a BMX bike or a skateboard back to catering. So there you go. He's always on something with wheels right there. He's a big kid. He's a big kid. I watched him accidentally bump his head into the camera. Everyone grew quiet and he got scared. And he simply said, I'm fine. But he does lots of sunset shots, which we know. Now that I realize all his movies have sunset shots. Yes, he's good at shooting dawn, sunset like that because better lighting and then beautiful visuals when it comes to that. He does lots of takes, not as much as Fincher, but he's up there in lots of slow-mo shots. Wow, really? Zack Snyder doing slow-mo shots? I think of him as M. Night, both visually impactful directors who could always do a writing partner when it comes to the script. Watchmen and 300, I personally believe, are his best films. I love those films. The new Watchmen show was fun to watch, but was nothing like his film. I'd happily work with him again, especially since working for Zack is a guarantee of a 13-hour day. No matter how Rebel Moon plays out next year, it's going to be very, very pretty to look at, as we all know. But the fact that he said greenlit for 6, does that mean spinoffs? Does that mean shows?
That's true. Okay. That's true. Now that you say spinoffs, I could see that more than actual, I could see that. I could see that being a possibility.
Well, I mean, look, it really depends on how the first one or second one performs. I mean, period. I mean, you look at Netflix, their number one draw globally is Adam Sandler. 500 million streams. He's been streamed 200 million hours worth of minutes or something like that. That's why he had a 4-picture deal for $275 million. I mean, so, and they cancel stuff left and right if it doesn't have traction. So just think about that. If it doesn't get the subscribers to jump on and get them excited, then they'll can it.
We'll see what else he has to say here at the end.
By the way, I just wanted to clarify. It didn't sound ridiculous. That I'm not saying that Zack Snyder wouldn't, get that involved as a director. But I guess it was maybe the wording that just, made me be like, okay, the way you're describing it, it sounds like you just watched those behind the scenes things and just made up the story. Okay. It doesn't sound unbelievable, but it's like,
I mean, a lot of background people have a tendency to be very eclectic and watch things and can interpret things differently. But I've seen lots of celebrities and directors and all ride scooters from stage to stage. I mean, sometimes you don't want to take a production van. You just ride a bike. I see it all the time, but it's not just the director. I mean, department heads ride bicycles. Bicycles are a standard thing on studio lots.
Let's see at the very end here if he says
it gets you to
else.
Point A to point B a lot faster. Like, I totally get that. Gets you some exercise in. I understand that. No, I just there's something about this video that just doesn't. I don't know. You ever get that feeling that something is off?
Well, I think for me, it's the starting off with the six movies greenlit. Like,
projects.
That doesn't help.
Or projects.
6 projects. One could be animated. That The Witcher has an animated thing, so that's keep that in mind. Animated spin-off.
I think this is a little bit. It's a big of a stretch because what did he have? The Dave Bautista zombie movie. That was it.
But there was a spin-off there. I don't know if they did anything animated. And Netflix also has, when they do project like The Witcher, then there's Witcher Blood Origin, and then there was The Witcher animated. Just think about they seem to do that. There may be animated and a spin-off. That's 2 more projects right there. We don't,
All right, let's see what it's. I think speculating's fun. We could, but it just seems like that's a big play.
Yeah,
for
it's
Netflix.
like speculation is fine, but presenting it as fact is where I have a problem.
Well, he said this is a rumor.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Let's see what the
Zach is.
I don't know.
Zach is very open on his social media when it comes to things. You'd think he would have said, I've got 6 things coming.
Oh, Vario? Yeah, right. Whatever that going.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's finish this out here.
How much we could take from a Reddit post.
See?
Really cool words that this person had to say about Zack Snyder and working on Rebel Moon. So if you wanted some Rebel Moon tea, at least we have that. Something.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not subscribed. Whoops.
Wow, that's exposed. That is exposed.
Caught. Now I'm subscribed.
Exclusive.
I think it's plausible. I'm not saying it's a fact. I think
it depends on what it is, though. Like if it's a spin-offs and 2 animated shows or 2
I think they
TV
might
shows, yeah.
I think they might want to see definitely how the reaction to the trailer is. Sus.
And plus, let's say
Krampus
Rebel Moon.
I'll believe it when I see it. That's all.
Yeah,